Okay, now I have simply added regular white all-purpose flour, nothing extra to it. I don't put any seasoning in my flour because I believe that the meat will be seasoned enough. And you see how it looks now? It's been in the refrigerator now for about a good hour or two, about an hour and a half or such. You see how it's been sweating all inside of here like that? Yeah, that means it's gonna work out. So what I like to do though is I don't like for all of this to be on my hands. So I get a pair of tongs. And this is how I do mine. Now, also whenever you're frying, the best thing to do is always use the bottom, the bone part on the bottom. You start frying, let me reword that. You want to fry it, start your frying, bone down first. Say that 2 or 3 times. Bone down first. So, and then I pat it a little bit and rub it in there real good on the meat. Then, I get this guy out like that. Bone down. There we go. Now I turn the spoon upside down like that so I can kind of scrape the bottom a little bit to get all that seasoning that's cooked at the bottom. So as we just begin to still flip these guys over, you see that? How golden that is right there? Oh my God, that looks so good. There we go. So continue to keep frying that down. Just let it go. It's on 4.5. I've simply peeled the potatoes. Now to make our cheddar smothered potatoes, we're simply just going to cut them this way. Straight down the center like that. And like that. Like that. But you're cutting them in chunks. So you don't want them little now. Like this is a small one, so I'm just going to cut it in half that way. When it's really little, I'm just going to cut it in half. But you want to halfen them. And that's good enough. But you don't want them little because they will cook away as they're being smothered. So this one is pretty long. So again, like that. You know what I find when I use the tongues? One benefit for using tongues though, it doesn't pierce the meat. So you don't lose any of the juice and the flavor from the meat. It doesn't make it dry. And when you use a fork and puncture in the meat, now all the juices is coming out. But if you cook it slow and you cook it at an even medium heat, flip it often, it's going to be juicy, plus it's going to be done and it's going to be a golden crisp around it. To begin our potatoes, we have simply washed them really good. We got them in our saucepan. And again, I'm going to take this lid off because I can handle it. We're going to sprinkle some black pepper. I'm going to put some Lawry's on it. Okay. We're going to take our onions and just simply put them all over the place. We're going to cut it on, say, let's go with about a 3.0, which is kind of low. We're going to put the lid on it, and we're just going to let it cook really slow and steam down. Now, in the bottom, let me also reiterate, well, I didn't tell you guys before, but let me also let you know that at the bottom of this saucepan here, it's about that much water, okay? So it's about a quarter amount of water. You can even take it up to a half of whatever the saucepan that you're using. Just go half with water. The rest, whereas you don't want it covered. You don't want it submerged in water. That's not what we're doing. Just enough to where it's skimmed the bottom and it's going to keep them from sticking. But enough to where it's still going to cook down because the potatoes is going to absorb the water. So you need enough water in there, but not just too much. Just enough. Let's let that cook. I have now changed spoons because the taste is going to be different. Be mindful of that. From your starch to your vegetable. Though these are potatoes, still in this instance, they're considered as a starch. So to make a complete meal and a complete plate, you want your protein, which is your main course. You want a side dish of a starch, and you want a vegetable. So let's turn this over a little bit. Again, you just flipping it with your spoon. It's cooking pretty good. It's been cooking now for about, I don't know, about 15-20 minutes. But it's just the ends of them that are a little bit tender, but the rest of it is still pretty hard. So we're going to just let that cook for a little bit longer with the lid on it. Okay, family. So girls, these potatoes have been now going for some time. They're looking real good. I think I want to kind of cut them off now. Yeah, because you see how like they begin to break up like that? When they break up like that, that means that they are done. So I'm going to flip them just a little bit more, and this is what we're going to do. Because I'm even noticing that some of the onions aren't done enough. So let's put the onions down further inside of that pot liquor. I want to show you guys that broth in there so you guys can see it. You see? So we're going to let this go a little bit more just to get those onions a little bit more done. Okay, it's been going for about another maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So now I'm simply going to add the Ragu double cheddar. Now, also, let me say this. For many years, my mom used the Campbell soup cheddar in the can. And that's what my mama used. And it was always good that way. But once I eased up on this right here, I've been stuck ever since. I love this. This is so good. Anyway, so you're going to pour this all on top of here. And then we're going to put the lid back on it. Let it go for, I don't know. I don't know what time to give it because actually we're cutting it off. So actually it's done, but we're not going to put the grated cheese on there until like maybe 10 minutes before we serve it. I'm still frying chicken, so I'm not ready for it yet. This is cooking just a little bit too slow for my taste. So we're going to turn this up to about 7.5 just for a few minutes to kind of crank that heat up just a little bit. All right, baby. No problem. Auntie, what's in your pantry? Well, let's see. And you guys know I am OCD about certain things, right? You know, I like to have everything facing forward. I like everything legible that you can read it. Now, that's out of compliance. So I don't like the way that looks up there. But, and then I'm seeing boxes of cereal on the back that are turned the wrong way. I know you guys are like, she's crazy. Well, I just like things a certain way. This is my daughter's favorite cereal. She liked that honey bunches of oats and all that kind of stuff. Well, anyway, this was the rest of it that was left in the box. And instead of just continuing to have the box inside of the pantry with this little bit in here, so I just put it in a sandwich bag to still keep it fresh. Now, what's down here? Okay. Oh, now you guys know I love Lawry's. This is a brand new one. It's not even open. My son keeps box tops for school. So whenever I see this, I know he done took it off already and turned it in for school. I want to make some beans. I love pinto beans. But my motivation for coming in here, though, family, is you guys know I'm big about buying punch concentrates and stuff for my kids. But this here, oh my God, it's made by Kroger. And when I tell you that this is the bomb, oh my God, my kids love it. We love this. This is a huge hit in Tina's home. All right, let's make some juice. Wow, this is a lot of chicken. I have to call Kenny and come get his lunch for work. Now, I just have a little bit of this casserole cheese. Just a little bit in there. You can put as much of it as you want, but, you know, with that other jar of cheese that we already put, we don't have to put a whole bunch, but just a little extra cheese simply sprinkled on top. That's all we're looking for here. Now that is done. So just simply let that sweat down. This has been sweating now for some time. This looks really, really good. Yes. You see how it caramelizes? And the onion and everything caramelizes? The sugar aids in that. You see how it caramelizes? Oh my God, this is some good stuff right here. So this is done as well. It's wet down pretty good. So we're just gonna put the lid on that. Let's make some juice. I got this picture here from Kmart during the summertime when they had the pretty summery colors and stuff. That's where I got it from. So in case you're wondering, Auntie, where you get that picture from? You got the cutest pictures. Well, I like pretty vibrant colors in my kitchen. And I like, I just like these kind of Tupperware type things. I don't know what you call it, but I like these kind of things in my kitchen. Anyway, after you've used your bag and you've put all your garbage and everything in there, what you want to do is you just want to simply tie this up and then put it in the garbage. Because, see, the thing is, we got to be mindful that some people actually rummage through the garbage for different reasons. And you don't want them just rummaging through the garbage, you know, and stuff is all untidy. With it this way, at least it is tidy. And then you put this in your kitchen trash bag. Pour my baby some juice. He likes legs more so than anything, so let's give him, like, throw a couple of those on there. There we go. All right. Bon appetit, family. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good night. Love you. Bye. Let's plate this up for my son. His booty like cabbage. We're going to do like a little scooping effect here.